Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to another Fortnite tutorial video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get something in the barrier device. And that was kind of scary. But it is dark right now. I know that, so stick around. As you can see, I'm going to turn the lights on. And the lights come on, so you can see a little bit better. So this is the making of my next map. It's going to be a scary map, so stick around so you don't miss out on that. So be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my next game. But I'm going to show you how to use the interaction button. So to get this, you have to come to this toilet, hit the flush button, and then this will appear. And this is what I'm going to show you how to make in a creative. So once I click on the green, it opens up this and I'm able to get the flashlight out. And as you can see, I got the flashlight. Stick around to the end so you don't miss out on how to incorporate this into your games. But if this is something cool that you like, be sure to hit that like button. And let's get right into the video. All right, I turned the lights back on. So first off, what you want to do is get a button that looks like this. It's called the Skilled Interaction device. Skilled Interaction device. And what you want to do with this device is set it up. And what you want to do once you set it up is follow these settings. So you can do the same stuff on your map as well. So what I have, you could change all this if you like, just mess around with it. But what I have is text position to top, interaction type to normal, UI type to bar, a widget orientation to horizontal, set custom size to off, movement type to linear, movement speed 50, good zone size. I'm going to change mine down to 20. Position zone randomly to on, perfect zone size to 25. I'm going to change mine down to 25. Perfect zone position, I'm going to put mine to 35. Perfect input behavior, instant success. Speed up on subsequent interacts to off. Shrink zone on subsequent interacts to off. Success target to 0 or none. Success counter icon, just leave it as a check mark. Success counter color, I turned mine to green. Failure limit to none. Fail counter icon, it stays on an X, but you could change it as well. The X does not pop up. I have not seen the X if you click the fail button, so that does not appear on the screen. Fail counter color, I just turned mine to red. Clear successes on fail to off. Lock out on fail time to off. Interact time limit to off. I might change my time limit to maybe 5 seconds. Allowed team any. Allowed class to any. Invert team selection to off. Invert class selection to off. Starts enabled to on. Screen anchor to the center. Placement horizontal to 0.0. You could just leave that like it is. And the vertical placement as well. Background color, I put mine to black just so you can see the colors a little bit better. Background opacity, I just kept mine at 80. Background corner types to round. And this is where you can change your colors of where you want people to get into the right zone. So I put mine to meter color at black. The bars around the center is going to be yellow, and perfect zone color is green. Scrubber color is white. That's the bar that goes across the screen just before you click the perfect zone color. Hide HUD to on. Interaction label to interact. Interact complete sound to default. Interact failure sound to default. Interact interrupted sound to default. All these are at default. Looping audio pitch multiplier at 1.0. Allowed duplicate player entries to on. Next in queue delay to 3.0. Queue extension type to none. Synchronize player limit to 5. Maximum queued players 20. This my game that I'm making right now is only going to be a one-person game, so that you could just leave it how it is. Active player color to white, and I believe you could just leave all these like it is. So once that is done, you want to go and grab a button device. Grab a button device, and in the button device, you're going to want to copy these settings. Interact time to instant, activating team to any, invert team selection off, allowed class to any, invert class selection to off, times can trigger to infinite, delay to instant, reset delay to instant, trigger sound disabled, enabled at game start to enabled, interaction text. Since it's on a toilet or something like that, I put mine to flush for a stall. Visible during game to no, and interaction radius to a button. So visible during game, if you put that to no, it will just have the button appear on to where you want somebody to click instead of having it on a wall like this for like to open up a door or something. So once that is complete, what you want to do next is go to on interact, send event to skilled interaction device, begin interaction for instigator. And then I made an audio button or audio player for when you click the button, audio plays. So you can have this play a sound if you like. So I'm going to change the sound. Mystery 3 for when you click on the button to flush the toilet. And then if I can get back in there. So once you flush the toilet, that's when that sound will appear. And then after you are done doing your interaction button, then you got to set up the barrier device. So make sure you got the barrier device around the object that you don't want people to get. So once you have the barrier device set up, so just follow these settings for the barrier device. Enable on phase gameplay only, a barrier material to blue force field, or you can have it at whatever thing that you want for your force field or your material. Zone shape to a box. Barrier depth to, I got mine at 0.5 and 1.0 for my tiles. Just to have it where just this section right here is blocked off. So next is block weapon fire to on, collide with camera to on, ignore team don't use, ignore class don't use, shrink to allow building to off. I got mine to first person, and this game is no building, so it is building off. Invisible to ignored players to off. Can NPC added to ignore list to off. And affected by fade distance to on. And what you want to do over here in the functions is enable when receiving from, trigger to on triggered. So that is this trigger right here. Once you step on this trigger right here, it's going to make it where this barrier device is locked. So that's the next step I will tell you guys or show you guys what to do. So first off, let's go back into the functions, and disable when receiving from skilled interaction device on success. So once you get your button right here, and once you get it on the green spot to for success, it will unlock the barrier device. So I will show you guys that it is working once I am done with this tutorial, and I'll start the game back up. So last thing that we gotta do is put on the trigger device. If this is something that you want to incorporate in your game, you can do so, and this is how you do it. Just a little extra tip for your barrier device or anything that you are using in your map. So first off, with the trigger device, you want to have activating team to any, invert team selection to off, activating class to any, invert class selection to off, visible in game to off, enable on game start to on, triggered by player to on, triggered by damage to off, triggered by items to off, triggered by vehicles to off, triggered by creatures to off, triggered by sequencers to on, triggered by water to off, triggered by carryable objects to off, and activate on game phase waiting for players. And times can trigger one time for that one, or for this trigger. Trigger delay to instant, reset delay to instant, trigger VFX and SFX to off, and receive damage when invisible. This, you gotta have that take damage. If not, then this device or trigger device will not work. Delayed trigger instigator choice to last, and transmit every X triggers to 1. And then go over to events, and on triggered, send event to audio player 2 and barrier device enabled. So once you click the enable for the barrier device, it will lock the barrier device up. But the audio device that I have is right here for that trigger on the ground. And I got Halloween Laughs one for that trigger, and the flush toilet one. I have Mystery 3. I think I already said that though, but that is how we set up this kind of function. And if you want me to set up a video on how to turn lights on from a switch, let me know down in the comments below if that is something that you want to see. But let me get into the game and show you guys that it is working. All right, so we're back in my game that I'm making. So as you can see, the door is locked right here. You cannot get out. And then it says turn lights on. It will activate these lights that I have. And then let's go ahead and turn the lights on since it's so dark in the bathroom. And then if you step over here on that trigger that's on the ground, that noise appears for the laugh. And as you can see, you cannot get the flashlight. It's blocked off. So the only way to get this flashlight is by flushing the toilet right there. But yeah, I really want to know you guys' thoughts on this design that I have so far for this bathroom. I'm going to have, once the next step for this game, I'll give you guys a little insight. The next game, or the next step for this game after you unlock the flashlight, is it's going to activate a it's going to activate something that is going to allow you to get out of this room. So if you guys want to experience this once it's done, just drop a like on this video, and I will let you guys know more about this game once I get more of it done. I just don't want to give no spoilers away just yet, but let me show you guys this interaction button for the flush. As you can see, another sound appears after you hit that flush button, and I got this green and yellow button to click. If I click the green, I might just lower it because it seems like it's easy to click. So let me just click it and show you guys that it's going to unlock the barrier device. So let's click the button, and it unlocked the barrier device to where I can get out my flashlights. And do whatever I need to do next with this flashlight. And yeah, this game is coming along pretty cool. I like what I got so far. If you like it as well, let me know in the comments or just hit that like button. Let me know what you want to see next in a Fortnite creative tutorial video. But with that said, hope you guys did enjoy, and hit that subscribe button on the way out for more creative tips and tutorials if that is something that you like. And most importantly, share out this video to one of your friends, or if you think somebody can get some value into learning how to do this. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next Fortnite tutorial creative video. Thanks for watching.